tells me it's a Pleiadian UFO and that it's being flown by my guide, and that this moment was set up so that I could film her flying and be able to present it as evidence, I guess. I mean, I'm not that concerned about proving having contact, but it helps to have some images.
Well, you're talking about your inner voice. I mean, you got me right there, Les. You didn't have to even say anything more.
Right. So,
yeah, so your intuition is really strong about this, that you feel your Pleiadian guide, and this is the guide that you've had astral contact with in out-of-body experiences.
Yeah. And
this encounter that you're sharing with us represents a physical dimension to that contact, and you feel it's very personal. I mean, one of the points I remarked on earlier is it's so remarkable how many sightings and different types of encounters you have. It's for you. This is very frequent and ongoing. That's it's not just like someone that's never happened to before, and then one day you looked up in the sky. So it's very compelling, for me to believe that there are dimensions to your contact, that are in the invisible dimensions, the spiritual dimensions, the out-of-body dimensions. It's very compelling for me to believe that, because this constant, ongoing sightings and filming is, something is really going on. It really draws my attention.
Sure, it's funny you should say that, because years ago, when this all started happening, you start to wonder, what is your role in this?
Mm-hmm.
And I see some people, they channel books, they or channel voices and create books, and they have all these messages for humanity. My contact hasn't been like that, and I have very short conversations. They're casual, they're personal. So.
But they're not like, can you pick up a liter of milk at the store?
No. And they have to do a little bit with filming. And my experiences have a very camera-like quality when I'm there. I zoom into things when I'm out of body. I like a camera. And I had an experience in bed once where I believe I was taken up in this particular UFO, and I have about a minute's worth of memory of that, if you'd like to hear that story.
Well, that sounds very interesting. Of course, let's discuss that. I'd like to hear.
Well, I'm not exactly certain what year it was, but I do remember the date. I think it was 2008, and the date was early morning, July 5th or 4th, 5th, 6th. It was when he said he was having a conference. I couldn't make it. I decided I would...
This is who, James Gilliland?
Correct.
Yeah.
I thought I'd try and participate from here, in that I'd just be very mindful all weekend long of my contact.
Okay.
And I was lying in bed, and I had an out-of-body experience where I quickly left my body. I was horizontal, then I turned vertical, and as though I was, a stiff board, turned vertical, and then I shot up through the house, and I could see all of the wood as I was passing through, as though it was dimly lit. I could see all the wood, 2x4s. I could see the shingles as I passed through the top of the house, and then I saw the sky around Vancouver, and then I shot up very quickly.
It was at this point during the interview when, unknown to both of us, Les Murzsa unconsciously shared 2 secret messages encrypted backwards in his speech. The first message said, "A voice like an alien."
A voice like an alien. A voice like an alien. A voice like an alien.
The second message said, "Soul mission."
Soul mission. Soul mission. Soul mission.
For more information regarding secret messages encrypted backwards in human speech and their role in UFO disclosure, read my article, Alien Soul Mission Secret in Pleiadian UFO Video Interview, in the Vancouver UFO Examiner for examiner.com. Now, back to my interview with Vancouver UFO videographer and contactee Les Murzsa, here on the Secret Message Report.
At first, I thought I was just having an out-of-body experience that I had initiated and was, going flying somewhere. But I think now what my interpretation of it is that a UFO would have dropped down into the house, and the house not being an obstacle for it, basically down into the space around the bedroom. And my guide sort of pulled me out of body into the UFO, and then we shot up through the house. And you can see out of the UFO as though it's not there, which reminded me of a detail I heard from Billy Meyer's story. So again, that's another point that I use to say that this is a Pleiadian UFO.
Mm-hmm.
My guide has a very similar image to Sem Jazzy as well, so a lot of the there's a lot of similarities in the story.
Mm-hmm.
So anyways, so I can see out of the UFO, but now I'm up in space, and I'm looking at stars everywhere, and I can see stars below me, which is a trip. I mean, when do you ever get to see that?
Right.
So I can sense that I'm inside something. Almost feels like an elevator. It's got like, it feels like it's going in one direction. It feels like it's almost, in a tractor beam going up to a mothership. That was the sense I had. I mean, it's just, unbelievable speed. There was a slight hum, but everything was very comfortable inside and quiet, except for a slight hum. And I felt like I was sitting cross-legged, just staring out into space. And it felt like I was in a UFO, but I wasn't looking around. I couldn't see an object really at all.
Mm-hmm.
And I was singing a song, for some reason, called Child of the Universe by Robin Hitchcock.
Okay.
That's how I felt. I felt like I was almost, being born into a brand new world. I mean, it was pretty interesting. And my subconscious started playing this song, and I started singing along. Then I heard some giggling behind me, and I heard two women speaking, and one of them said, "Who is he?" And my guide responded, "He's the director."
The director?
Yes. So then I noticed that I could be both in the UFO experience and back in my bed. So I was shifting back and forth,
mm-hmm.
Could feel like, hey, I'm in my bedroom, my eyes are closed, now I'm back on the UFO.